Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ben here. I'm back again today doing another video, and the subject of today's video is going to be on my personal basketball playing style. I think, I did one of these videos where I talked about sort of why I'm doing the channel and what's the point of that, and today I'm going to be doing a video talking about like what my style of basketball is when I actually play. Just to clarify, I never played in high school or college actually. I went to a really big high school and there was, I don't know, like 50 kids trying out for 10 spots on a freshman team. And at the time, I was not very tall or very in shape. I was pretty chubby and I was like um, I don't know, a 5'4" freshman. So between those two things and not being super quick either, relative to my peers, I wasn't exactly set up to make a high school basketball team. But since then, I've obviously grown, and right now I'm like 5'9", 5'10", um, and I'm like not 5'4" and chubby anymore. Um, but I would say I still do play quite a bit of ball, just either by myself going to the courts or pick up whenever I am at a court and like meet somebody who wants to play. I'll play with them. Or I did intramurals in college for fun, and I also had a bunch of coworkers in college who I would just play with after work frequently, like a couple days a week, and that was pretty fun as well. But nothing, I guess nothing officially organized like high school or college ball, just basically for fun. I would say though, if I had to define my style, I used to think of myself as good at driving and getting to the cup, but I would say as I've developed more and more, I focused a lot more on like my knockdown jump shooting and like my spot up shooting, and a lot less on my driving ability. And so I would say as a result, my handles are not that good as far as creating my own shot. So, for instance, I can bring the ball up the court just fine, but I'm not super talented at like just taking a guy one on one off the dribble and getting a layup or an easy shot at the rim off of it. I usually so what's weird is I feel like in a game of one on one I'm actually decent at doing that, but in the flow of an actual game with other people on the court, there's not enough spacing normally for me to do that because there'll be people underneath the rim or wherever, so I'm not very good at driving from that perspective, but in a game of one on one I can hold my own fine as far as creating off the dribble, but just in a game like 5 on 5 when there's a lot of other bodies on the court, I don't find myself with enough spacing to drive and create my own shot. I'd also say I'm relatively tentative to put the ball on the floor too, like in a half court scenario. I would rather just spot up and shoot. So I think if I had to come up with an NBA comp for myself as the thumbnail kind of gives away, I guess. I'd say my offensive game and I guess defensive game, just game as a whole, is very similar to, I would say, PJ Tucker and Shane Battier. Like if you, they're very similar in their style, but if you were to combine those two guys, I would say that that's my play style. I like defense a lot. I feel like defense, honestly, defense is about effort, and I always, really try to lock down on defense and play hard and play really attentive. And I would say it's not that I'm like a great leaper or great at blocking shots or anything. I'm just really good at staying with my man and staying on top of them and making sure they don't get easy looks at the rim or easy looks in general. So I'd say from that perspective, I'm pretty similar to those guys. And then also on offense, like I don't dribble or put the ball on the floor a ton like either of those guys. Most of my shot opportunities in the flow of a 5 on 5 game would likely come from um, teammates of mine driving and then kicking out to me, or me like setting a screen for one of them and then doing sort of like a pick and pop or occasionally a pick and roll kind of offensive scenario. And I like that role, honestly. I like just kind of being a spot up shooter. Um, I actually watched myself for the first time ever shoot a ball, which I had weirdly never done. I guess when you think about it, you probably don't really ever see yourself shooting because you're playing basketball. But I did film myself shooting, and that felt really weird to see because um, I never in my head imagined myself shooting the ball lefty, even though I am a lefty. So to see myself shoot it from that kind of lefty style felt pretty weird. But I've been trying to improve my shot a lot, and I really get a kick out of those kind of like Kyle Korver, JJ Redick coming down around the basket and up off of the screen. I think they're called curl plays. I like pretending that I'm doing curl plays when I just practice and shoot by myself. So I'll kind of come off of a fake screen, throw the ball out to myself at the 3 point line, then pull around and shoot it. I think those are pretty fun. Um, yeah, I just honestly I practice a lot of mid-range shots and a lot of 3 point shooting when I am playing by myself. I don't really practice driving that much, even though I probably should. But yeah, so I would say throughout my basketball career, I've always been much better defensively than offensively. I'd say like I am a pretty decent defender. I can use positioning pretty well to keep guys out of the paint if they're relatively close to my size. Obviously me being like 5'9" and around 170, I'm not going to be able to keep a guy who's like 6'3" and 300 pounds. I'm not going to be able to keep him out of the paint. But if it's like a guy who's like 6 feet and like 200 pounds or less, I can hold my own pretty easily. I'm trying to think of anything else about my playstyle that would define me. Yeah, I'm not good at blocks really. Steals I'm okay at. I kind of just jab in and out. I don't go super hard for steals or anything. I just take them if they're like very readily available. Um, yeah, offense is just a lot of spot up shooting for me and kind of getting layups or easy shots when they're available. But yeah, that's really it. That's my play style. I like PJ Tucker and Shane Battier quite a bit, so I don't mind that I play like them. I have no illusions about myself being like an all-star caliber um, shooter or playmaker, but I do enjoy playing pickup, and those are the guys that I think I play like. This is a bit of a different video, but hope you guys enjoyed it. Hopefully, even though it's not my usual content, you got a little bit of a kick out of it. And with that being said, I will see you guys next time. Bye.